Welcome to 100% Eat, the show where we try every fast food restaurant to let you know if you need it, you probably do. I'm your host, Michael Jones, alongside my co-host, Jordan Swears. Jordan, how are you?
I'm confused.
Why?
What fast food restaurant did we go to today?
We went to a whole magical world of Knott's Berry Farm during Boysenberry Fest. We finally made it.
Are you telling me we finally made it?
We finally
Berry
made it. We are currently at the Knott's Hotel, adjacent of the berry farm itself. Mm-hmm. We spent...
I don't see a lot of farms going on, actually.
No, I mean, that's just the name of it. You know what I mean? There were so many berries.
A lot of berries.
Yeah.
That is actually, like that, Knott's Berry Farm was a farm. And then they went...
Fuck it. They bulldozed it.
And then they went put up Montezuma's Revenge. We got things to do here.
We got a score to set up?
We finally made it, dude.
Yeah, we did it. We got on a plane today.
Yeah.
To get here to do this, and we fly out at like 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. No, that's fine, dude. I don't give a fuck. We were talking about how easy it is.
That's how Michael wants it.
We were talking about how easy it is because
right.
we both, we'll just wake up and leave.
Yep.
And there's no, handling anyone else.
Nope.
Like, wives or children.
Nope.
Or, just stressors. Because I was saying that, it's like waking up and getting... dealing with something that'll happen, something in it, like a kid will be, they don't want to go, or they haven't packed their shit, or whatever you deal with that. Or everything runs smooth, but it runs smooth because you're doing triple duty and busting your ass to make sure it doesn't fuck. Yep. And either way, it's just the most stressful, just aggravating situation. And it's just we're just gonna wake up and leave.
Yeah, it was such
We're both used to doing that for other people,
100%.
and now we both don't have to do it. And it was saying when we got on the plane today, I have not spoken to him.
Nope.
Not that we needed to come together, but we're on the same flight. We flew at the same time. Did not talk to him until 10 minutes before the flight. You were like, I got beanbag in my dick.
Oh my god!
You're like,
I got you.
You're like, they beanbag my hog. That was the first text I got from him today, and I was like, oh damn. And I was just getting my burrito from Salt Lick, and then I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm at the gate, and then I walked over and said, Michael.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, there he is. And then we sat for 10, 15 minutes, and then got on the plane. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow because we were we gotta leave this time, blah blah blah. I'm like,
you guys should take separate cars.
Yeah, for sure. And he's like, I'm thinking 6 the latest, and I'm just like, well, let's leave earlier.
Yeah,
he's
I was like
5:45. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Perfect.
I'll wake up and then leave, and then
We were on the plane going from Austin to Dallas.
Love Field,
and then Dallas to John Wayne in Orange County. And as we're on the first flight going to Dallas, Michael just leans over and he goes, where are we going? Where are we flying into? And it was it's Orange County. Santa Ana. That's where we're going.
And he goes, Orange County. I was like, oh, that's cool. I just finished watching The Real Murders of Orange County.
I should be very familiar.
So I'm good. I brought it up.
Check it out.
I brought it up because I mentioned this today, and then I circled back to it when we were talking about having to handle shit. And people ask me all the time, especially when Lindsay does conventions, but Lindsay's out of town. Where are they going? I have no idea. And that blows their mind.
What are you supposed to do?
And I was like, it doesn't matter to me. They're gone, and I have to handle the kids or whatever. That's the situation. And also, I'm sorry, there's no I'm doing it for 12 years, 13 years, right? If it's they're in Australia, or whatever. If they're going to Boise, I'm not let me tell you where they are. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. It doesn't matter. Lindsay's not gonna leave the convention.
Right.
They're gonna work and then call me at the hotel, whatever. So it's that even for myself. Much like when I go, what food are we eating? As we're sitting in the car.
Yep.
I'm here, baby. Whether I know or not doesn't matter.
Nope.
So when
all we had to do was get you on that plane.
That was
exactly. And see, that's the thing is, no one needs to get me on the plane. I needed to get a ticket, which is why you sat me down. It was like, Michael, we're buying your ticket now.
That was getting you.
And I went, okay, and that was it. Then cut to, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I messaged you. I'm like, where's my confirmation number? And then you gave it to me, and then just didn't speak to you again.
Nope. And that was it.
So when I got to the airport today, it was surprisingly crowded in the morning, but I go in clear and I'm waiting in line or whatever. I go over to the thing, I get up there, she's like, information, whatever. And she's like, oh, where are you heading today? And I'm like,
I have no idea.
California. And she goes, where are you going? I went, I have no idea. I don't know. Knott's Berry Farm, wherever that is. And she's like, oh, because I didn't recognize the code.
Yep.
It's
Right.
like, what is it?
SNA.
SNA?
Yeah.
No idea what that is.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever flown into that airport
It's
before.
Nah.
Yeah, and I went, couldn't tell you.
Yep.
And she was like, oh, I'm like, still did. And then I wasn't like, I should know. I went, I don't know.
Yep.
Where am I going? Gate fucking 15
Yep.
or gate 19. That's where
I'm
I'm
here.
going. So I found out on the plane.
Yep.
That's Orange County?
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, John Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pilgrim?
And tomorrow, wake up, go to the
do the same
airport,
thing.
same
Yep,
thing.
yep.
We have a direct flight
Direct
tomorrow,
flight, so
which I'm
nice.
very excited
Oh,
about.
I,
dude, that's nice. Why are there no like direct flights from Austin?
That's what I said.
To
I don't know.
Would have been easier.
Yeah.
we all took different airports.
Yes,
Like,
it was
just-
everything was. We all
Nick's
staggered out
flying
here
out
and
of Long
everything.
Beach.
Yeah, just wacky stuff. But I got pulled into secondary. I have TSA pre, and I went through the metal
Don't have
detector.
TSA post though.
No,
I'm going to
nope.
see what he says after he tells
I-
the story.
I have TSA pre, so I go through the metal detector and it beeps, and I'm like, oh, I don't have anything. Oh, maybe it's my glasses. And she went, oh no, you just
That's
got
just the
selected for
random selection,
for,
yeah.
random screening. And I went, oh okay. So we stood off to the side, and then I waited for 2 or 3 minutes, and a guy came up and he started putting on gloves, and then he's like, how he walks me through or whatever, and he's like, just so you know, I'm going to be touching your hips, your front, your legs,
Your
blah, blah, blah.
front.
Dude, it was like with the back of my hands
How
with
much of
gentle
my front?
pressure through
There's
all
a
this
lot
stuff.
of front.
Yeah, blah blah blah,
From
whatever.
here to here.
And I just went, okay,
Gentle
dude.
pressure.
It might as well have been watching Creed 2. All right, you're good. What did I text you?
So just the level of like, again, planning this, Saturday night, we flew out Monday morning. Saturday night, I was like, hey, you have my flight number? Also, what airline is it?
Yeah.
And then you're like, think it's emailed, it's this code. I was like, and you go, check in tomorrow. I was like, cool. Then you sent me a picture of you doing a wrestling thing.
Yep.
And then I replied with a picture of a corkboard over a urinal at a bar. Because that's what I was doing
Did you put
Saturday
any
night.
stickers on?
Yep.
No, I didn't have any stickers on me.
Damn.
That was Saturday night.
I threw one up in Empire Control Room.
Oh, nice.
At the urinal, yeah. Yeah.
Cut to today,
We should've brought some
5:30
here.
5:33 a.m. There's a day and a half later, 5:33 a.m. Got my hog cranked and beat down in secondary screening. Although it's 5:30 here.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
6,
yeah,
7,
yeah.
Yeah, 6, 7.
Got my hog cranked and beat down in secondary screening. And then I just replied, hell yeah. Just got to the gate. And then I saw
And
it.
then I turned around and it was like, there's Michael.
Yeah, that's it. That
So-
was our interaction.
so
and
that
then my
was-
next text in was on the flight, a poop emoji.
A poop
because he
emoji.
was farting.
Not me.
It was him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that brings us to the next.
And then
part
I
of this
tried to
trip.
send the emoji that I made, but
The
it was too
stink
much
emoji,
data
yeah.
for the flight. It wouldn't
Wait,
send.
It sent it to us with a different group chat.
Yeah, I know. I tried to
him.
send it over and over and over again on the flight, but it wouldn't. I just had free,
Free,
iMessage, and it wouldn't work. And I wasn't gonna pay $8 to send
Yeah.
it. But as soon as we landed, I sent it.
Fucking crazy. But that was all 12 hours ago, and now we're here, and we're at.
It was surprisingly easy though, because it's like this is the first thing that we've done, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah, our first,
100%
like,
eat, and
remote.
there was no bullshit.
We
you guys were already here.
We talked
We just
about it.
flew in, did
After
the
we got
thing.
done, we were in the room, and we just went. I was telling Michael, like, I felt like that was a great day. I had like a lot of fun. All the filming and all the eating and everything was like really good. But the thing that I kept coming back to was like, but like, when's like the other shoe drop? Like, what's the thing that we're forgetting
gonna-
to do?
what's gonna piss
What's the
Eric off?
other?
Yeah,
No,
well, everything's
no.
pissing him off.
It was the what's the thing that we owe that we haven't done that we didn't do that? And then Michael
Or like, when is shit just gonna be like, oh, we have to stay up all night.
yeah.
we have
to do two
we
more
have to
fucking
do, We have to do
things.
another photo shoot. We have to. Oh,
Oh,
what?
they
You
want
didn't know it
to
was
take
the
us
shit?
around town
It's-
for
it's
social
all that.
I
And
told,
then-
I told him, I was like, hey, it's all good. Also, we're gonna shoot a documentary.
Yeah.
And that will be 90% of the work.
Right. Yeah.
We flew in today. We leave tomorrow. We're here for 24 hours to do the Boysenberry Fest, and I don't
And
feel
we had
exhausted. It
more
was
time than we needed.
way more time.
Right? Like
Yeah.
we casually strolled around the park. We did a long Michael Jordan podcast.
really long. It's
We-
like an hour.
We
It's
came
long.
back here. You guys went and you're like, oh, we're gonna like take a little nappy, take a break or whatever. We like bullshit for like an hour
Yep.
in here. I went to the gym, came back,
ate a
got
pizza.
and I was like, I guess we'll do the episode. And it's only 9 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah. Just because
That
we have the
rules.
luxury to like, if the perfect like flight existed
Yeah.
for us to like get in here early and then get out late, like
Yep.
that would be great.
That would have been it.
I did that once, just flying to Dallas.
Oh hell yeah.
For like, I went with Gus and Barbara for that Pizza Hut thing.
Oh yeah.
Where we were like making the Rooster Teeth
Oh,
pizza
yeah.
when they had like the custom
Had
ingredients.
like the balsamic, right? I remember
we,
that.
we were there for like 4 hours. We flew up. Austin to Dallas, did the thing, and we were done. I was like, okay, we're going back to the airport. And
Hell
then
yeah.
It was like commuting on a plane.
That's
It was
awesome,
cool.
dude.
That's really cool. We had the right amount of time to do what we did today because we had 5 tasting passes that all had 6 things each.
Yeah.
And
We ate
used all
and
of them.
drank so much at our leisure and filmed so much content for you guys. It's crazy. We have this podcast. We have an hour-ish long Michael Jordan podcast, and then we'll have a bonus just going. Here's us eating, going around the
actual,
Boysenberry Fest
video. You can see us eating it.
yeah, and it is like, and we didn't stress about shit.
Not at all.
And
easy.
No one was stressed out around us.
No.
Trying to get everything.
Exactly.
Which is also sometimes
How
a
many
thing.
times did we do like the show,
Uh-huh.
which is our show that we're in, and we
No, you didn't do it right.
all whatever.
No, you didn't
and
do it right.
someone else is stressing out,
Yeah.
and we're like, we just got to do it. That
Yep.
person doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
For the show.
Yeah.
Guys, the only thing that matters is that I
Dude, we
finally
all
got the
we
Boysenberry
got
Snoop.
swag.
Dude,
Yeah,
we
I
all
finally got
stuff.
Boysenberry Snoop.
Yep.
This is the one Lindsay got last year
Yeah.
when they went and brought back
For
for
Eric.
Eric. And now I got my own.
But it's not even the only one.
It isn't. I
You double
somebody,
Snoop.
I saw somebody else with this one. I was like, I gotta find out.
It's
you
bigger
get
and
this one.
redder, like Alex Jones.
And you wanted
This
to,
is Snoopy app.
you wanted holy shit.
Did you not notice it was bigger the whole time?
No.
Dude, he's
dude.
been spreading lies about some schools.
This Snoopy owes
Dude, that's,
people
that's
money.
Red Hulk Snoop.
Dude, I saw the Snoopy at the CVS on South Lamar.
Got mad.
Actually, he looked more like this one. He was a little sad.
Oh shit.
But I
man.
saw someone walking around with this one. I was like, I gotta get this one too.
Yep.
This one was different.
Yep.
And it was like at one of the park games.
It was like the water game. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure it was at a bunch.
Yeah.
One
You
we
got
saw
to
was
tune in to the
water
Michael
game.
Jordan podcast to see how
Yep.
I
Ted, you won it?
expertly win this. one.
And we met a very special friend that you could see in the
We met a couple
thumbnail.
special
yeah.
friends.
Oh yeah.
of the
dude.
Michael Jordan podcast. It's the thumbnail for the Michael.
There's no fucking thumbnail.
No, it's the thumbnail
in
for
the
the
Michael Jordan
Boysenberry- no,
podcast
it's the-
episode, so it has to be the thumbnail.
It's
Why
the-
do we gotta lie?
That's just
that-
like
that's
it's
watch-
shady. It's shady, dude.
Watch the Michael Jordan podcast and watch Nick not understand what's
He
happening.
understood.
I understood. I was
He's
mad.
a rule follower.
Yeah, he's agreeing with you.
He's a
was
rule
you.
follower.
You were me and I was you.
It
in
didn't
that.
make any sense. This is the thumbnail. No, we don't have a thumbnail.
Eric hit like we're done with the most of the work for the day, which is funny because usually that's the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like most of the day was walking around filming, eating shit, which is like, like the bonus video, but that's mostly what we came for. And that took most of the day. And then, we had 5 of those cards. So we had 6 like things on the taste test thing. And it worked out perfectly. We're like, we never got 2 of anything. We just get one thing and all kind of pick at it. And then every now and then we did drink and share and da-da-da-da. And so we literally ended the end of like, all right, we've eaten everything we want. We have enough footage or whatever. And we had five things left. So we got 5 drinks like,
It's
for
great.
ourselves. And that was the first like drink any of us had that was just ours.
Yep.
Right? Not like sipping. And so it was a combination of like, we finished that, it's done. Worked out perfectly. There was no like, fuck, we need to get another card.
yep.
Or there was no like, we shouldn't have bought 5. Like,
Oh,
we
it worked out
wasted-
perfectly.
We wasted the money. It was perfect. We kind of like ended with all the drinks and then started the Michael Jordan podcast with the drinks. As soon as I feel like it was just like the pressure's done of that, we're good. And Eric had his drink, drank it all, went and threw it away. And I was like, uh-oh. He's cutting loose. And he got a little Nick-like and Nick got a little Eric-like.
There has to be one.
It was a little bit.
It's
and
like
we
this
were-
weird zero-sum
and it would
game
just
where
be
like one of them is getting energetic, the other one has to get mad.
I just don't know why everyone was so against me meeting with all my friends today.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
What's your friends' names again?
Mixie and Pixie, and then Snoopy.
Different name every
What do
time.
you mean? They were
Wognot was there.
Quagnon Sneezler.
It was just Eric going like, "Whoa, we're gonna take a picture. Everyone's gonna take a picture." And Jordan goes, "I'm not. I'm good. He'll be over here."
Yeah.
And Eric was just like, "No, we're all doing it.
Everyone
We're all,
go, bitch."
we're all." And we
And
could
then-
tell it wasn't worth fighting with him because he was
And
gonna cause a
then the
scene.
weird wolf creatures are also like.
And they were calling you guys over, and then we were like high-fiving each
Yeah.
other and like being homies.
Yeah.
Well, you were, and then we were placating you.
And then afterward, I told them thanks for doing that for them.
Yeah.
And they were like,
then we
nod.
went shopping.
Yeah.
Because we did pop into the Snoopy store early on. I'm like, we'll come back later.
Yeah.
And that was in the
Oh, we
Michael Jordan
scoped it
podcast.
out, yeah.
Yeah, and you got a cool ass hat.
Love it.
You
Snoopy
got your
hat,
purple
boom.
Snoop. I got this fucking awesome
Crazy hoodie.
Dude.
I saw this hoodie earlier,
It's so
and then you
cool.
came and saw it, and you were like, oh, I love this. And I go, distracts.
I was like, I need this.
perfect.
And I love that it's just like sleeping Snoopy and he's all over.
He's kind of like drifting.
But I
through
love
whatever
that the
ether
one
it is.
in the middle here is like him like bowing to himself inside himself.
Deep prayer.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I look at it and I want to say like it's either like stay blessed up or
Yeah.
like bless fam.
It's
That's what I
it's-
think when I see him. I love this thing.
It's like the most Christ-like Snoopy.
To me, you can't see his feet, so he's kind of just like, man, just stunted on him.
Yeah.
dude, even
Had to
like
do it.
the inside is crazy. I love this thing.
It's crazy.
Dude. This is
It's
awesome.
crazy. It's great. But we had a really good time. Ate a ton of food. We'll go over
I'm
some
also
of
blown
it.
away how
I-
much food
I-
we ate,
I
and
added a
I
new
never
sheet.
once was like disgusted by
No.
the amount of food. We really did a good job of controlling ourselves. The
Yeah.
closest I got was early on, I think it was with you, is because we front loaded so many
It's the sweets.
The
It's
sweets,
the sweets.
Yeah. There's one sweet spot, the bakery
And
stopped.
I was like, I got to. I started getting a
headache
headache like behind
me
my
too.
eyeballs.
And I feel like that prevented
Dude,
us
and then
from
you went-
getting sweets later.
Then
too.
you went into the mines and everything was great. You came up and you're like, oh.
we went on one ride, and it was a cool ride.
It was a cool ride, right?
It was
Isn't the
crazy.
minecart awesome? The minecart ride
It went
rocks.
on for a while.
Yeah.
I was shocked. I thought it'd be a little like doo doo and it'd be
Yeah.
over, and I'm
That
like,
was-
dude,
This,
that
it, was
was like.
it was like we went outside. We
There
went
was
out.
so many
and then
animatronics.
Then we
Yeah.
went back in the mine. I was like, they're still telling us about
Yeah.
mining.
I like that one part too because it was just like it was almost like a fuck you, like you've been in the dark for so long, bah, get blinded by the sun, back in the dark, and I was like, I can't see anything again. Like I spent the whole time adjusting to the dark.
Yeah,
and
because our
then it undid it.
animatronics are ugly.
Yeah. Jordan was saying like this would be a really cool ride if it was like lit a little bit more. You can see everything, and it's like you shouldn't look at too closely. at any of
Like
these
right as we were
animatronics.
getting to the end, you could see some of the ones.
some
It
of
was
them
like
are-
never mind.
Don't look at these guys. Don't look at these guys.
They're like, ew.
All the sound effects were like pain.
Yeah.
They
You
were
know?
grunting.
It wasn't like working hard. Yeah, it was like
The audio, the like narration is like trying to like romanticize the mine. It's like, this is how the mining is done. This is how they extract the ore. This is good, honest labor.
But-
and then it's all the guys going, oh,
like
oh.
it was like
There's a literal zombie. at the end of the ride.
and it was like it was very much just like, hey, they're mining, and ooh, they might get gold, but like it very much looked like they weren't there by choice.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
no,
like
yeah.
these people don't look like they're choosing to work here.
Yep.
It's like send them to the mines.
Yep.
And they're like, oh. And like they
Meanwhile-
were good enough animatronics.
Yeah.
Like, in 2025, whatever, but they weren't like shit. It was just
No.
like they were probably state of the art at some point.
Yeah.
And it was just like, why do they look so pained? Like just put a smile on their face.
Right.
They're like,
Hey, yeah, you can make them look however you want.
Yeah,
And
we
Walter
had-
Knott's like, no, it has to be like this.
we also rode in the cart. There was like 3 other people
Yeah.
with us, right?
Yeah.
It was us, the 4 of us, and Holly. It was like 3 other people, and we were just doing commentary the whole time. I was just trying not to curse because there was like
Right.
a
Yes,
kid
there was
on
like a kid right there.
But I was not pulling back what I was saying.
Yeah.
And then it's like at one point there was a guy and he's like, he found a piece of gold. And I was like, wow. And he's not gonna make it out alive with that gold.
He's the richest man to die in this mine today.
like we were yucking it up. It was fun.
It was great. And
No, there was one point where you thought you were gonna die.
yeah.
That was abrupt.
yeah.
It's how the ride ends. It, like
Yeah.
the mine blows up.
Boom.
It's kind of weird.
You made it. Great.
It's kind of like Mr. Toad.
No, but there was one part where like when it was going up and it like jerks and
Yeah,
like
oh,
Holly
we
was, like,
all just
fell
started
out.
sliding
I'm talking about the
backward
that
that time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that time
like,
where
literally, I thought I was
where 'cause
gonna die.
she was on the end, right? And
Yeah.
then you were behind her, and then
Yeah.
you were like holding the
I was
wall
holding the
after
end-
that.
the end of
so
the
you,
thing,
because
yeah.
we're going up a slope, and you're
Yeah,
like, I'm
I'm
sliding,
falling
and there's like
backwards.
that's the children were on that
Yep.
side.
It's really something.
Dude, yeah, there's like no restraints or anything.
There's
And
nothing.
it's going
You
up a
just sit
steep
down and the
incline,
steep is-
and it's
it's
going
just-
grinding.
There was one
And I
like
think I
pause and
looked up-
ka-chunk,
Yeah.
which kind of jolted up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, we might not make it up here. Started to get worried.
But yeah, then the narrative, the end was it blew up.
It blew up.
They're like, you made it out just in
yep,
time.
way to
Like,
go.
so everyone died in
died.
there?
Everyone's dead.
There was like 50
Everyone's
men
dead.
working in
Yeah.
those mines.
Yeah. And the mines, like getting to the mines is the only way to escape the man on the bicycle piano.
Oh my God.
Dude, I don't think this guy shows up in the video we took enough.
Hang on. I'm taking a
So-
picture of Nick.
so we should definitely talk about this guy.
I'll zoom in past his feet. Or I'll
Okay,
send you
good.
his feed.
Good.
Put little stickers on.
It's fine. I'll put little feet stickers on his feet.
yeah.
I just love it. Like
Little
this,
tongue
you got the
emojis.
bigger room so we could do the podcast in here. Like we didn't set this up. This was
No,
I was
this is-
like, oh my
this is
God,
essentially how it is.
So
Perfect.
good to shoot.
Also, this hotel's very nice.
It's really nice.
I have to give them
way
credit.
nicer on the inside too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad on the outside.
No,
it's
but
just like
it
you-
looks like fine, and it's like really nice on
Yeah.
the inside.
Yeah.
But I was like, we'll sit in the record on the couch, and then Nick will sit over there like the cuck, and he's sitting on the bed with his legs crossed. Like it's even more like
behind
that's
the
what we're
camera-
looking
behind
at.
the camera
and he's
watching.
Like, he like has a camera set up on the bed, and he's like, yeah, it's perfect.
Good job, guys.
Toes out, having fun.
My feet hurt.
Don't lose
I'm not
your
knocking
shoelaces,
it.
bud.
I'm just saying, if someone walked in, they'd be like,
Yeah.
whoa.
What's going on?
If you
You
want to
guys need
see,
some Astroglide?
Put those shoelaces away.
We're never getting to this.
but if you want to see all the mind stuff and the guy on the bicycle piano,
Eric hated that.
taunting an old
Dude.
We need to talk about him a little bit
We
because
need to talk about that because
he doesn't show up in the video very much. Because like
just that one line. We talk
Yeah.
a lot about that thing he said to that guy, but I don't know how much it comes across in the video.
right, well, also
It was crazy.
It's gonna be so loud in the
Imagine-
background.
Imagine if two old people were sitting on a bench. And
Well,
that's-
first of all, you got to explain this guy.
Okay, no. These two people are sitting on a bench, and it's the
Okay.
oldest man you've ever seen, and somebody with him, and then out of nowhere, on a
Well, it's even
mobile
better. It's even better though.
piano?
Hang on, it's even better. Go back a little bit because the guy was bicycle pianoing for a while.
Yeah. Well,
In a
first-
spot, posted up.
Yeah.
And there was like girls dancing there, whatever. Finally died down, and he's like, time for me to leave. You already hated him at that
Yes,
point.
and he was bicycling
Because you
around.
were trying to order food.
Could not hear a fucking word this guy was saying.
Basically, this guy's on a bike, and the front wheel,
It's like
the
two wheels. It's like an ice cream
Yeah.
the,
thing
the
almost, but
handlebars
it's a
have been
piano.
replaced with a piano.
Right.
Like, because I watched him try to cycle,
Not
and
a
he has to
keyboard.
hold on.
Not
It's
a
a
keyboard.
it's an upright piano.
It is an upright
It's
piano.
like a baby gray piano.
So you're already upset
Or it's just an upright one.
because
But
he's right
like-
next to the place
Yeah.
you're ordering food from.
Yeah, and you can't hear the guy.
I can't. This guy. I'm just trying to order coffee and I can't fucking hear this guy.
We get the food. Or that's right, it's just a coffee. We get it, we walk off. You're ranting about how much you hate him. He finally goes to leave. And it's like, oh, there he goes. Turns around, gets 2 feet, and then stops. And now it's the elderly people.
Right next to the oldest man in the world.
And he's got his cane, he's just sitting there.
And he's got those grandpa Terminator sunglasses that are just so big. And the guy on the piano goes, hey, you know any songs from the 1920s? And it's like, what the fuck are you?
He said,
What's
what's
your
your favorite?
favorite
He
song
rolled
from
up,
the
he's small
1920s?
talking for like
I know
a
you got
second.
one.
Yeah. What? Got a favorite song from the 1920s, but the guy either didn't have one or didn't answer. I didn't hear what he said. And he was like, I'll play this one. And then we were just joking about that the rest of the time. Like, hey, you old piece of shit. Hey, I think I was like, hey, did you know Jesus? We just kept making fun of it the whole time. Like, he just rolled up to the guy. It's like, 1920s? For fuck's sake. Like,
He started playing Happy Birthday. We just went, hey, you old fuck, remember the first birthday ever? It's the song they made up
remember
for
when
it.
they came up with this? Yeah, I think at one point I was like,
You were there.
I was like, remember when you were born, you guys just kind of existed for a while before you came up with the scheme to give yourself an age?
You started measuring time. You remember the heat birth of the universe?
And like the guy and the piano guy, he wasn't an old guy, but he wasn't young.
No,
It
yeah,
wasn't
he's
like
probably
some
like
whippersnapper.
late
The guy was in his
40s,
40s or
early
50s.
50s, yeah.
Like, hey, you old fuck. You want me to play a song for you?
And then we started trying to walk away, and he starts cycling, following us.
Yeah.
Like, and Eric's just like, we gotta get away from
I
this guy.
have to get
and we were
away
like right
from
on the
this guy.
threshold between like the themed land.
Yeah.
I was like, just cross your.
We
you
have to
can't
cross
the
the
barrier.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
He'll turn to dust. He'll turn to dust.
That was-
and get
That or
reset back into the
somehow
middle.
he like changes from a 1920s man in a boater hat to like a cowboy,
cowboy.
on a horse that has a harpsichord instead of a head.
That's the thing about Knott's Berry Farm is that it's themed in very weird ways.
yeah, there's the camp Snoopy.
I'd never been here.
Yeah.
Didn't know
There's
anything
the
about it. I had
Fiesta
no idea how
Village.
westerny
Yeah,
it was.
There's
It's
the
very
pier.
Western.
The majority of it is the Old West ghost town
Yeah.
area, yeah. And that's where all the Boysenberry Fest stuff was.
Yeah, and a lot of it is like.
And then there's Snoopy, and then like you said, a bunch of weird shit. Of
Yep.
like, it's Draco and Yoxie. and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Boysenberry and Girlsenberry.
Dude, Girlsenberry is fucking hilarious. That's so funny. That is
But they're
genuinely
wearing
such
shit
a
from like
funny
the
joke.
30s on their head, like little sailor hats, or like not even sailor hats, but like little boy hats with like a tassel on it.
like a Donald Duck hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were saying, there's a store that I'd found last time I came where I just went, like, what are all these characters? And Rocco was like, oh, there's all this like Knott's Berry Farm like lore that they do outside of Snoopy. And I just went, why? And he went,
they're trying to.
He's like, I don't know, this is like Moxley and Pixo and like strongly and Buzzy. And I'm
really
just
is.
like,
Muzzy's the one who teaches me French.
and I'm like, what?
Dude, hell yeah.
I'm like, what
I remember
are
that
these?
one.
But we went to the store and it's all these characters and it's like, here's characters we don't fucking use for anything. Here's Boysenberry the bear, and here's his sister. Girlsenberry the bear, and we just went.
Let's not forget Catawampus.
Oh man.
What the fuck?
The most horrifying log creature.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have no idea.
Holly found this art where it is like drawn with colored pencils, where this thing is just eating these boysenberries.
Mouth is
Next to like Walter Knott and his wife.
He's like on his truck, like looking proudly. He's like, "Way to go, Catawampus!"
And then we found the art in like a frame
like
that is like a layered frame.
Yeah, they did like 3D, like kind of like shadow boxing.
And then it's like 3 spots away from Ghost Rider, the hottest.
Dude, she's hot. There's also take a picture of this. I guess it's the artist is Skipper Nick. And it's called Bigfoot's Kitchen. And it's just I'll send you the pictures, you can put it in there, but it's Bigfoot making a boysenberry pie.
Nick just went, that's me. And
Yeah,
we
it went, that's neat. And then I looked and I was like, Skipper Nick, and he didn't even read it. And so you can buy the digital print or the actual piece. And I was like, yo, we should get that for the office.
Yeah.
And it's like $20. I'm like, no, 200.
Yeah.
We're taking
we want
the original.
Oh my God.
And this is actually one of the more normal ones.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
a current like animation
There
style.
was one
Some
where-
of them are just like real weird.
There was one where like Moxie or Poxley was like
Dude, that's hot,
taller
Ghost
and
Rider.
slender and kind of like looked hiding
Deep-
a stack of pies.
Sexy,
and like,
deviant art coyote.
It was
like,
deviant art. I was
dude,
like,
it was
why is this in the Knott's Berry Farm?
Dude, Knott's
And why
Berry
can I
Farm
buy
just-
so many prints of it?
They just have like their
And why
own
did I?
lore. They just have like their own
know
lore
why.
with like Pixlo and Strongy. Like they're fucking
It's
crazy.
like just do Snoopy.
Just
dude.
do Snoopy.
Yeah, just
But
dude.
then we met my friends. Guan You can check that out in the Michael Jordan podcast.
I've been scrolling through Netflix all day looking at the 7,000 titles offered to me, but guess what? With ExpressVPN, boom, I get 18,000 titles globally because that's what's offered globally. We only get 7,000, such a minuscule number with ExpressVPN. The world is open for you at Netflix. Let's all thank ExpressVPN for sponsoring 100% Eat, and here's the deal. Visit expressvpn.com/% and you can get an extra 4 months for free. I use ExpressVPN because it's easy to use. One button, boom, on my phone, on my TV, on my computer, wherever I have internet, ExpressVPN, pow, pow, pow. They're protecting me. That's them blocking away like hackers and ne'er-do-well types from the dark web. Pow, pow, pow. Here's the thing. Netflix hides content based on your location. ExpressVPN lets you change your online location so you can be like, I'm in jolly old England. I'm hanging out with my bloke Gavin. He doesn't live there. So you can control what you see on Netflix, where you're located. This works with many other streaming services as well. It's also easy to use. One button, boom. That's why I use it. Works on everything, phone, laptops, smart TVs, gaming pads, whatever you need. Blazing fast internet speeds are a huge reason to get it because it'll never slow you down. Plus, the encrypted tunnel keeps your stuff safe and secure from everyone who, might be able to see it. Keeps them off you. Get your money's worth at expressvpn.com/%. Don't forget to use our link at expressvpn.com/PERCENT. It's how you spell the whole thing, to get an extra 4 months for free. Thanks, ExpressVPN.
But do you guys want to learn about Knott's Berry Farm? Do you guys want to learn some facts about
Yeah,
Knott's
I'm
Berry
gonna
Farm?
send him
there.
these pictures first, and then I'm
Okay, cool.
Oh man, I can't wait to learn. Knott's Berry Farm opinions.
Well, I'm gonna send a picture of this hat. I took a
berry
picture of this hat too. I didn't buy it.
but
I'm gonna send it.
I'm trying to fill some time here.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
don't have-
fine.
I guess I have berry pinions.
Yeah.
Oh, I also putting in
good.
some of the wood carvings too. in case
Oh,
we need
cool.
Pictures of them. All right. Knott's Berry Farm facts.
Here we go.
The Knott family arrived in Buena Park
That's
in
where we are.
1920 to farm 20 acres of land. The famous berry stand and Mrs. Knott's chicken dinner restaurant followed, attracting visitors from near and far. In 1940, Walter began building Ghost Town as a diversion for the thousands of hungry guests lining up each day. And the rest is history. Fact taken from the Knott's Berry Farm fact sheet website.
That is what it's called.
What is the rest?
I don't, the rest.
What happened then?
Everything important.
And then Blupo.
Yeah.
yeah, what? Yeah.
Blupo and Skippy were there, and they were eating fucking pies.
Yeah, where did they fall into this?
Oh, I love this second fact.
Okay.
This is good.
Okay.
And this is what year is this? 2023 or was this 2024?
It was 24.
I don't remember how close it was.
Yeah.
Okay, hey. We were approved to come to Knott's Berry Farm last year, then got the runaround for weeks, then finally were told the company was closing. Suck on that, Snoopy.
That is a fact.
We sold it to a company.
We
They were
had a
going to
sponsor and
sponsor
everything.
it.
I forgot your fucking sunglasses.
What happened? Damn you.
Fucking
Just
forgot
keeping
them.
them.
I fell asleep.
Thanks, Shady Rays.
I want to wear them, dude. Do they look cool?
They looked pretty cool.
That's
yeah.
cool. All right. That's fine.
I didn't try them on. I wanted
also-
you to be the first.
Oh, thank you. I also forgot about them. I all forgot about them too. I kept asking him, like, where are they? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, I know, could you ask? And he's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where they are.
lost.
I'm right. I was like,
Beth,
right,
help.
I'm not expecting you to
Beth,
have
help.
them. I'm not blaming you for not having them. I'm just simply asking, do
Like,
they know if they
yeah.
sent them or
Yeah,
not?
where
Just
did
so
they
I
go?
did.
Just so I
Yeah.
know. And he would just go,
to Jordan.
and he's just like, yeah, I don't know.
Beth, help.
And I'm like, that you're my only contact here.
Yeah.
Did they send them at all? Hey man, we don't know. None of us know.
We got to figure out what to do about this.
Yeah. Go for it.
The Knott family, famous for the boysenberry, did not create it. Huh? In the early 1900s, Rudolph Boysen crossed a red raspberry, loganberry, and blackberry together. Then, when no one cared, he abandoned the plants. Years later, Walter Knott found 2 plants in the ditch,
Come on.
grabbed their clippings, then grew the boysenberry we know today. All of that sounds made up, but all of it's real, and we know it's real because you wouldn't proclaim we found it in a ditch if you could make up a lie about it. That's awesome.
Is that real? How does he know that it was named after Boysen?
I have no
Was his
idea.
name in the ditch?
It was clippings of these plants. This guy didn't fucking
some water.
want.
This was
My voice is gone. I called
I
3
know.
wrestling shows in 2 days, then doing this after talking all day long.
No, I know. I'm just saying you sounded fine today.
damn.
And
This-
then this was the tipping point.
it was all downhill after.
And I kept trying to warn you guys, just so you knew. I'm like, something's Eric's. He might be cutting loose. And you're like, he's fine. And 30 minutes in, it was like, oh, he's
Yep.
cutting loose.
This
We need to get him out of here.
This version of the Snoopy is made up of the berries.
Yes.
That
Oh, really?
create
Yeah,
the-
yeah, these are ditch
the
berries.
hybrid.
Yeah,
Oh,
these
that's
These
pretty
are the,
cool.
This is the ditch Snoopy, and then this is this is the rich Snoopy.
This is the Snoopy we found in a ditch. I love that. It was, yeah, we found this shit in a ditch. We fucking planted it. Why? I don't fucking know.
Dude, that's pretty cool. The guy's
walking
like-
around ditches.
The guy's is like, oh, and I'll grab a bunch of berries, slam them together, and then put my last name at the beginning of it.
Hey, guys, I came up with this new berry. You don't give a shit.
That's awesome.
Was his sister named Girlson?
Girlson.
During the Depression,
Which
Walter.
one?
Well, we're not. I think the last one.
Okay.
Stay tuned. During the Depression, Walter Knott's wife, Cordelia Knott, expanded her tea room to offer fried chicken dinners. The 65-cent meal came with fried chicken, salad, dessert, and a drink. Mrs. Knott's Chicken Dinner Restaurant is still open today, and we hope she's planning on lowering that price again because we're on the brink of something dangerous. Economically and frankly, the monkey needs all the meals he can get on the cheap.
The day we're recording this, the stock market went like this.
It's like a roller coaster.
If we saw a roller coaster that did just
it was
that.
exactly like, yeah, it was mean. It went straight
it
up
was-
and
it
held
was
you
pretty-
there
it was pretty
before
mean.
dropping you all the way down.
It was mean.
It's just it went straight up. It took forever.
It's so long.
I mean,
It's like
straight
a torturous
up.
amount of time.
Literally just straight up in the air.
Which I bet feels even longer when you're 90 degrees
Yes,
perpendicular
and it's
to the rail
slow.
and like
Yeah.
being
You
dragged up.
finally get up over the hump
you tip-
a little bit, and then it stops for like another 5 or so seconds.
So
and I just
long.
went, "That's mean."
It's so
I was
funny.
watching it
Torturing
happen.
those people.
That's just like fine. It's like finally it's over. We're at
Yeah.
the top. We're going down, and now we've stopped.
Yeah.
God damn you.
That ride is called hang time.
Yeah. 65 cents for chicken dinner.
Yeah, bring it back.
Bring it
Winner,
back.
winner.
Yeah.
I took a
I don't
picture.
think they're gonna bring it back.
I took a picture of the signage out
Yeah.
front when we were on our way to the hotel to meet you guys. And I sent it to you and I said, stopping in for a quick snack.
Just getting something before we get something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
God damn. I can't imagine
Trying to
eating a
wet my
chicken
whistle.
dinner and then doing that. God damn.
That's why we got pizza too. Where I came back and I was like, I understand like we've been eating all day, but like we actually haven't had like a
We've been,
meal.
was
no, we've
spaced
been,
out
we've been
and
nibbling.
I'm not that
Yeah.
hungry right now, but I will want to eat something before I go to sleep.
Yeah.
But that's like I felt good about that.
Yeah.
Like good job us. We sometimes eat one thing for the show and I want to kill myself.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I get home like 3 hours later and I was like, I don't feel good.
It's
dude.
true. And
I
then
do not
sometimes
feel good.
he makes his wife go there again for dinner.
For days.
For days.
Wait, you make her go there for dinner for days, or were you just finishing what you wanted him to say?
Both.
So I assume thought he was gonna say you bring home a bunch of food and you get to eat it for days. Not what he said. What he said was sometimes we eat the horrible food and then later you make your wife go get that same food again.
For days.
And you just combined for days. I keep sending her back out. And he's like, I got you, I'll finish your sentence. Not the sentence you're gonna finish.
We don't use thumbnails.
You guys really finish your sandwiches.
There's loot.
Okay, we got one
Fucking
more.
last fact.
We got one more fact.
Sorry. Just real quick. Dibs on the pickaxe. Just
Okay. This is a photo op. We're gonna take it. There was some silly pictures, and there's like a pickaxe stuck in some like boysenberry mines.
I was walking
and Nick
over
yelled, "Dibs on the pickaxe!"
and then it ran past me.
ran past Jordan.
And I just went,
Me and Jordan were like locked eyes.
Briskly walked.
And then I saw
It's
Nick.
like when Jordan got up to go to the bathroom and Nick runs past him and says, "Me too."
Michael left the bathroom on the phone.
I forgot about that. I didn't tell them that. I told them
What happened?
I told them.
what happened?
I forgot about that. I was having fun.
Were you on the phone in the bathroom?
No.
Okay.
the airport.
He can't talk anymore.
No, I'll let him do it.
Okay,
This
okay.
is funnier. I want him to tell it.
All right.
I'm on the outside waiting.
It was for him.
So we grab our car or whatever. He's like, I'm gonna take a piss. And he's like, all right, cool. He comes out, and I just hear, I mean, so long before I hear him. Yeah, about 20 grand. It's so loud in the bathroom. And I just see him holding the phone up to his ear. Yeah, I gotta say that deal's done. And
Yeah, I went into the bathroom I went into the stall, and as I was in there, I just thought it'd be funny. I just took it out and I started going, "Close it! You gotta close it!" And then like I kept flushing the toilet because the airport was just packed, and it was all just a bit. I could have walked out and done it last second, but I thought I'd get into character, and it was just to walk out and have Eric's reaction.
it was so.
And he's like, "What are you?" And I was like, I was just holding my phone up to my ear. I just kept going, "Nah, it's 40 grand. You gotta sell. We gotta sell it." It's just like, crowded airport bathroom.
It was so funny.
Oh my God.
Oh shit, dude.
All right,
my
last
God.
fact.
Last fact.
The first Knott's Boysenberry Festival kicked off in June 1959 and ran for only 1 week. A Boysenberry girl was crowned, and attendees participated in pie eating and juice drinking contests. We are officially petitioning Knott's to bring back Boysenberry Girl because we know this freak monkey would ruin the table on you fools in a pie-eating, juice-chugging combo contest. There can only be one Boysenberry Girl.
And it's him. I am the Boysenberry girl.
Well, do you think he could do a thing where if it's like women only, you put the monkey mask on, but we add like
bow.
pigtails?
We put like a bow on it, and we go, that's a girl monkey.
Yeah. They're just like, checks out to me.
Yeah. If
Put him,
look,
put him in a dress.
look, if Boysenberry can
That'd
have
be
a sister
awesome.
named Girlsenberry, we can make this work.
Exactly.
I have no doubt about that.
They had a little setup for a pie eating contest.
But never happened.
But none of it was going on.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it because I remember it was right after
Yep.
the piano guy was harassing that old man. You old piece of shit. Because we got away from
Hey,
that.
dusty old boat.
got
What's
away
the name
from
of this
that.
song? Grand Old Flag. You remember that one, bitch? Phantom of the Opera music. We were in the mines and they put like Phantom of the Opera music.
It's like Phantom of the Mine. Is it gonna come out?
We were walking to the pie and it was like existed.
Yeah.
And it was just empty. And I looked in and I was like, whoop, they're lining up. And it was another very old man just like sitting there. And I was like, this guy better hope that fucker on the bike piano doesn't come by. He's gonna ruin his day, dude. I also remember we got on the minecart ride shortly after that. And we were sitting in it and they were waiting to go. And I was like, bro, they better start this fucking ride before this guy rolls up on the bike.
He was like slowly chasing
we were like,
us.
get on the minecart so we can escape this fuck.
And then we started hearing the piano, and the organ was like, "Oh no, he's right behind us."
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, dude.
And those are all the facts.
Oh my God. We
I feel
had
so lost without our little clock that definitely never got brighter.
38 minutes.
It's showing me anything. Oh, there we go.
we had and all credit to Jordan.
That was dimmer last time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's different.
yeah, you should make
no,
it
no,
feel
it's literally never done that.
There's no brightness button. I found it.
What? Huh?
All credit to Jordan for this. On
Sure, I'll
those
take it.
Michael Jordan podcasts where we created the plan of attack, Jordan
Oh my
brought
God,
his
dude.
spreadsheet and
Yeah.
it
It
saved
worked
our
so well.
ass.
That's one of the reasons
so
too. I
much.
think we really had so much time.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever once saw anything like we couldn't get her or whatever, except for that one thing they didn't
The
have.
stack,
stack
and it was the
we
thing
had
that they
eaten
like
so
didn't.
much
Yeah,
at that
yeah,
point.
and we were like, it's fine.
But
Don't worry
like-
about it.
Yeah.
It worked out great where like most of the food was pretty good or okay. Some was awesome.
Yes.
And some sucked. But I kind of liked that.
Yeah, we
Like,
really
we
had
got
a
some
good
real
spread.
duds.
Yeah.
I kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
it wasn't like it was all pretty good. It was like this fucking sucks.
But
And Nick's like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was fine. The other one
He
sucked.
liked everything.
No, didn't like
When
the
we
one.
were doing the fries,
The thing he like didn't like the most was like not the most, but like too much for him actively saying like I don't really like this, and for how not bad it was a tiramisu.
Yeah. Which was
Yeah.
the thing that he kept holding and eating.
No, I know that.
It was crazy.
I know. I'm just saying, but the tiramisu was good. It
Yes.
was fine. And Nick's like, it's okay.
we got these.
And I was like, that's below his standard, but there's like pig slop. And he's
And
like,
then
it's okay.
and then you're like, I'm throwing a bunch of this shit away. Let me get. And then he went, I'm still eating this.
Oh, every time I'd be like, we done? And Nick's like, yeah. Like, he would answer, go, yeah, I'm good. Actually, hang on.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, we go, let's do one more. And I'm like, you don't
there's one-
have to answer yes
My
and then
God.
take it back.
Right.
You could just say, I'm going to eat some more. But it'd be like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
I've changed my mind.
Yep.
All right, twist my arm. I'll have
Dude.
one more bite.
Yeah.
You're right about those fries.
Right, when we were eating, we were eating like the birria loaded fries.
That was the point, by the way. Eric was like getting tired. It was the end of the day. And you were pissing him off at placating bad food. It wasn't even like Nick doing anything. It wasn't like him freaking out. It was just like, nah, this isn't good. He's like, yeah, you're right, this is good. I'm like, it's not great. And you're like, what do you think, Nick? And he's filming you, and he's like, and he's like waiting for you to be like, it's okay. And you're like, yeah, this isn't great, but like that's not bad actually. And you're like, okay, yep.
Eating fucking Wiener Schnitzel fries.
Yeah, those fries were definitely from Wiener Schnitzel. We were
cheese was
driving
good.
back to the hotel. I was dropping Nick off, and we drove by a Wiener Schnitzel. I was like, "Hey, look, that's where they get their fries."
God, no kidding.
Let's go.
Holly
Let's go.
had gone
Quick, call your wife.
and,
She's here.
and got
Get the Wiener
she had gotten
Grab the boy and take him to
her,
Wiener Schnitzel.
her own food, and
Yeah.
it came with fries, and they were the same fries, and she's just like on her own accord, was like, "These fries, man, these are nothing." And they were also
fucking
also
cold. They were
Cold.
cold. They were
Hers were
served
cold. Hers were cold too, and I had some. I was like, "These are the same fries. These are bad."
Fries bad, cheese good.
Watching this guy try to eat lasagna was
Oh,
a fucking,
that was nuts. That was nuts. He ripped it to shreds, and he just kept doing it.
It was a quarter piece.
I know, but there was no point of like, oh no. It just kept going
he
and
kept
going
picking
and
it up,
going.
going, help me.
He's like, I got this.
It was like someone running someone over the car and then backing up and just getting them stuck more and more under the car.
around his
and then
fork.
dragging
His
their
fork
body
was
around the
rear
parking lot.
wheel, yeah.
And then him taking sips all day.
He was doing sips.
He was doing, let me have this alcohol touch my lips.
The first couple sips were literally like, it's like he didn't sip. It's like a wave hitting a rock. Like it splashed against his face and then went back in. And I'm like, you could like sip a little bit. I don't want all that going back in the bottle or back in the cup. Like sip a little.
Oh,
And there was one of the early drinks too where, we were like taking sips or whatever. And it's like, oh, do you want any more? Do you want any more? I was like, I'm gonna drink. We're going to Jordan like, you want to finish this? And you're like, I'm good. And I was like, oh, you don't want all the backwash at the end of the cup? And you're like, I don't. And I was like, more for me. It was that perfect level of like, you got people sipping and then Nick sipping where you just go, and it's just falling.
That was the boysenberry hard tea or whatever. That was so fucking good.
I feel like a lot of their drinks were like they were all refreshing.
Their
It
drinks
was good,
were
but what
so
blew me
good.
away is I didn't realize this till way after we had it. Because a lot of the stuff was crossover.
Yeah.
Like they had the same thing at different places. That thing was 10%.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hard tea.
Yeah, the hard
was
tea
10%.
was-
they
That's when I went,
advertised
what the
Yeah.
fuck? I was like, was that the tea that we
I
got?
thought they'd be like skimping and just
I
putting a little bit of
know.
alcohol in
I
it.
know, dude.
Nope. And
If
they checked
anything,
all
they
of our
probably-
IDs.
They sure did.
Many times.
Let me tell you, the first time it happened, it was kind of funny because Eric was the first one. And she goes, "Can I see your ID?" And we all go, "Ha, she's asking to see Eric's ID."
I just
that's
I went,
so
oh, that's
funny.
very nice
Yeah,
of you. And then
yeah.
all day we heard, "Is this your ID?" Yes. Are you over 21? Yes.
Yeah, it was like
your
their,
name
it was
Eric?
like their script.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
it.
like they were trained to do it. The first time I thought it was funny because like it sounded like she was like kind of being sarcastic.
Yes.
Where it was like, "Oh, you're Eric. This is your ID."
I've never heard that ask where you go, "Can I see your ID?" Take it out. You hand it to them, like without breaking eye contact. They go,
Yeah.
"Is this your ID? The one I just gave you out of my
Right.
wallet?"
They didn't
Yes.
even look.
Are you over 21? I mean, the date's on.
Yep.
This should be something like. Don't take my word for it.
Yeah.
Look at the ID, but yes. And they would be like, all right. And
I'll
then
take
every
your
now,
word
and,
for it.
every now and then there'd
All
be an
of it.
extra question.
But also
One time they asked, when's your birthday? Like
Right.
I was going to fail the test.
Yeah.
I don't know. Purple.
Shit.
Glocknot.
Sneasler?
Sneasler. Shit.
I feel like Knott's Berry Farm, the reason they do this is that Knott's Berry Farm is the park you would try to go to if you're a little rapscallion and try
yeah.
to get
This has to
try
be
to
that
underage
makes
drinks.
sense.
This is the nation's leading underage drinking park. There's no
it's
way
Rapscallion.
it's not.
Yeah.
It is. Well, this is just a like.
It's so close to Disneyland.
Yeah.
It's in this like kind of like suburban LA area. It's kind of like in between Orange County and LA. And so it's like this is where you kind of like go if you can't go to one of those other major places for entertainment. And it's where you go to fall between the cracks and bend the rules.
definitely fall between the cracks. It's weird. Not too crowded today. Like
No.
good amount of people.
It was funny that like maybe we just hit like a congestion point, but right as soon as we started the Michael Jordan podcast, it
It's
wasn't
because we were waiting by that train.
it wasn't crowded, but it
Yeah.
almost worked as like a set piece where like it looked better for the shot. Like,
Yeah.
welcome back to the Michael Jordan podcast. Whoa, it's crazy over here. There's like so many more people the whole day. Where like if that were the whole day, that would have been crowded.
Yes.
But I was like, man, that's looked great for the shot. Like that was like I thought like so many people showed up right at the beginning when he was screaming into a whisper because the train went away.
Well, I luckily got the spotlight off me as I did the intro because he started fucking pushing you
He
around.
did a little bit.
You were about to tell my drink.
Your drink that you left in the way.
No, you stepped backwards the wrong way.
Okay, you're over there, your drink's over here. That I don't I'm on camera the way you're pointing, and your drink is on camera where my foot is. Yeah, you were stepping on it. Like that's you. Why wasn't it with you or on a railing?
Get all this shit out.
But here's the thing: you kept putting shit either precariously dangling on a tiny railing or on the ground, and there were surfaces everywhere. There were surfaces everywhere. At that one point, one point right there where there was a thin railing, the edge was a giant circle, and I looked at you and I went, and I put my drink on it, and Nick's like, oh shit. He's like
What do I do?
putting all the microphone shit on the floor. And so I know he had them there. And then we started. And so as we're filming, I'm walking over. He's like, ah, and like shoves, but he was like, oh, to get to it. And my immediate flashback was like, oh, there must be like a microphone case or something on the floor. And I kind of like the other way, and he's like, my drink.
Like, but it was all during the intro, and then I didn't have to worry so much about everyone watching me because I was watching these two fucking dipshits. It was so funny.
Well, there was a train crossing.
Yeah,
the
so
train was
loud,
loud
too.
as shit.
Yeah.
There was people everywhere.
Yeah.
He's doing the intro yelling, but you can't hear anything. And then the train stops, everything gets quiet, and he just starts getting quiet. And I'm like, he's looking at me, and then I start yelling really loudly, and I go, look how many people are behind you right now.
I could see them all in his
And
sunglasses.
you were like, I don't need to. I don't need to.
Fucking terrible. Terrible. Oh my God. Hey, do you want to learn about the food from the Boysenberry Festival?
I also wanted to point out the people who were. We didn't run into this a lot. People being unprepared and like technical malfunctions and stuff because the way the passes work is just it's a
Dude, it was so convenient.
it's a big card with a
It's
QR
great.
code on
Yep.
it, and they always scan it and it reads how many you have left and stuff. The first place we went to, the people directly in front of us, we were second in line, but the people in front of us were having a time trying to order
It was
stuff.
one girl, and she's like, they didn't scan my card right. It's all messed up, and they're trying to scan it and all this stuff. And then she had to ask her friend if she can just order the drink for her or whatever. And then they're asking for their IDs, and she's like, I can accept this one, but I can't accept yours because
right.
it's
'Cause
expired.
let me tell you too. Let me tell you, if you're ordering a drink, right? Obviously, this goes for like if you're underage, but if you're not, and say you have an issue with your ID or you forgot it or whatever, if you go, I forgot my ID or it's expired, I don't have one, and they go, I can't serve you a drink. Don't then turn to your fucking friend right next to you.
Yep.
Go, can you use your ID? They won't give it to you.
Yeah.
You are
When you ask for your friend to get you a drink that they just told you they can't sell you, they also need to see your ID.
you would have-
I've seen that happen so many times in other situations. Walk away.
It's the
Talk
most-
to your friend.
it's the
Send
most
them without you.
20-year-old
Hey,
brain.
can you get my drink for me?
You would have
No.
better luck if you went, okay, hold on, turned around, came back around with a fake mustache and tried again.
It's just like
it's
just
so
you can't
stupid.
do it right in
Yep.
front of them.
Yep.
So,
Go to one of the many other booths that have the exact same drinks, you moron.
but what was awesome about normally whenever
Well, then she was like, I have a picture of my ID.
Dude, what if I have a picture on my
Yeah.
phone and she like made her call the manager and then another lane opened? It was like, this fucking sucks ass.
That was still going on when we were ordering our food.
It was terrible. It was. You can see part of it in that the Boysenberry Fest video. But man, what a fucking headache.
the
that
system
was.
of the cards though.
That's right.
Everything worked
And it
great
had
after
like
that.
honestly, it's like kind of big and cumbersome, but intentionally for a reason. Like
Yes.
it had the map on it, it had everything like listed, like where shit was.
Yep.
Normally, we do something for the show. Eric will like buy it all because he uses the card.
Yep.
And even if it's like, oh, I want something a little different, it'll be like, you go up, what do you want?
Yeah.
And you go up and say, normally it's easy to manage if he's not screaming something like cookie, 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 cookie or whatever, or like, woo. That's usually when it gets complicated, or when
Yes.
you'll go, do you guys want drinks? And he's like, banana pie. And you're like, I'll fucking kill you. I'm not asking about the banana pie.
I think I saw a chocolate pie across the street.
But
I'm not sure though.
the way this one worked
not
is
sure.
we all had our own card.
Yep.
You bought them like right as soon as we got in, and they had 6 tastes each. And like we said, we had the plan of attack. So we would every time we would go up, we'd be like, I'll get this thing.
Yep.
You get this thing, and then we all try it all. But because there was never any payments or transactions, it was so fucking fast. You
Yes.
would walk up and go, I'll get this. Cool. They scan your thing. Do anything else? Nope.
Yep.
Okay. Then you just get the fucking food.
Yeah.
It was so fast.
It
was so convenient.
super efficient, keeps the line moving really well. Like I don't have enough positive things to say about it. It was fucking
for the
great.
fact that we did that for hours and hours, and it was
Yeah, it was
flawless.
never an issue.
Flawless.
No, there was no spot.
I was
right?
just like, man, I don't even have to, like, credit cards are easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tapping is easy. I was like, I'm gonna take my fucking wallet. The only time I had to take it out was to show my ID. That was it.
Yeah. It was really simple. They have it down to a
Cool
science.
system, dude.
They have it down to a science, and they have everything spread out. They have everything
it in a
spread out
ditch.
pretty well.
They found these QR codes in a ditch.
Yeah, like these ditch berries or what, idiot? They have it down to a science. They have everything spread out really well. They don't have like a ton of overlapping duplicate things. The drinks you can kind of get at like a lot of the places or whatever.
And then
a
a
lot
couple
of
of the food things,
But
yeah.
like a lot of the food things are like, this is over here, this is over there, and everything sort of fits in like its little slot
And we
or
did
whatever.
a good little like
Little slot hole.
map.
yeah. It was great. Jordan led us through all that stuff.
in
And it was great.
Bigfoot's hand.
Yeah.
There was one food. One food we didn't get was the stack because they didn't have it, and we could have come back, but we didn't because that one was like the most separate so we just were never over there again.
Yep.
The other thing we didn't get was because the lady told us it wasn't worth it.
Oh,
Right.
that was really
Yeah.
good. We talk about it in the video, but like I was gonna get that Crostini build your own kit, whatever, and it was after Jordan had ordered like this meatball hoagie thing or whatever, and I'm like,
good.
oh, you have this Crostini kit thing, and she went, Savior, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I went, what? And she's like, it's like 4 pieces of bread. You don't want it. Like, I don't think it's worth it. You get it if you want to. I don't think it's worth it. And I went, you just saved me. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. And walked off. And then that saved me. And, I got
that
a
turned
drink
into
later.
Holly's drink at the
And
end.
yep, exactly.
'Cause
It
we saved
all
one.
came back around. It was really, really nice. I have some of the boys
Don't get anything with pasta in it.
Well, hold on.
Unreal.
Hold on.
I'm just.
We don't know if they had better, different pasta earlier.
Yeah, but it was also the macaroni. They fucked both
macaroni
of them.
was also
I'm
very
sorry.
bad.
2 is enough for
Yep.
me to be like.
For
now,
me-
now they
for
might
me,
have
though,
better
it
pasta,
was-
but it's still the cook.
Yeah.
How do you fuck that up?
That was so
crazy.
That one was bad, and also the fact that the chicken was so different. Like
It was a
that
chicken.
one-
It was a
that
school
one- that
lunch
one was
chicken patty.
So
It was a
messed up.
school lunch chicken patty.
That was messed up.
Dude,
No.
but like the picture
picked
they
it up.
had was insane.
Nick picked it up with a fork and took a bite, and then just went, "Why'd I do that?"
Yeah.
Like,
and then he
put
set
back
it down and it went.
It was so- but he set it down, and that's when we saw the underside, and we went, "It's a fucking chicken patty."
Yep.
Crazy. It was supposed to be chicken thigh
chicken
on
thighs.
noodles.
On like angel hair pasta.
Yeah.
Or like spaghetti.
And for comparison, the pork or the
that
beef
looks right.
looks
That's what-
very close to what we
That's
actually
what we got.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very
That
close.
is not what we got.
Very close and was very good.
Was there a picture of it like there on the? Oh my god,
Dude,
it's so
that
bad.
Slop-
is
slop.
The
fucked.
fucking
that
hardest,
Yeah, slop.
looks like that.
Just
chewiest
slop fucked.
They just
pasta
give
I've
us
ever
more-
had.
they
in my
give
life.
mashed potatoes.
Nick went, "What's al dente?" And you went, "I think it's what this is if you cook it a few more minutes."
I was going try to bite through the pasta.
Dude,
I
wild,
have a lot
wild.
written down here of like what some of the things are or
Okay.
whatever, but there's a bunch of stuff on here that we didn't get. It's just sort of a glance.
Let's
at
check it out.
What is there?
All right, it says here, there's no better way to celebrate 10 years of the Knott's Boysenberry Festival than experiencing more than 80 signature Boysenberry menu offerings. You told me it started in 1959.
They stopped doing it. It's only been going for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So many things.
New savory items include the stack. We didn't get this one. Boysenberry barbecue, pulled pork over boysenberry cornbread and coleslaw, French toast stuffed with boysenberry cream cheese, and Thai crunch peanut salad with boysenberry peanut dressing. We got that one.
We got that one. We didn't get the French toast stuffed with boysenberry cream
way
cheese
too sweet.
because we were still on that hangover
Yeah.
from sweets. And when we said we have to go get French toast, the whole group of us went, ugh.
It was beginning to be like, guys, we're barely into this.
Yep.
We got to pull it together.
Yep.
New sweet treats include boysenberry cheesecake crisp pie, a vegan white chocolate and boysenberry tart, and a boysenberry ice cream sandwich.
Didn't need the ice cream sandwich. We got
We
the
were
vegan white
sweeted
chocolate
up
and
at
boysenberry
that
tart.
point.
Yeah, that was that again, the sweets were so
That's the whole
rough.
reason Holly came with us.
Yep. Yep.
Returning favorites include boysenberry elote, boysenberry honey garlic chicken wings, those were pretty good, and boysenberry sausage on a hoagie. Guests can wash it down with one of the many boysenberry drinks such as boysenberry sangria, boysenberry and lavender lemonade, that one was good, boysenberry tequila smash,
That one was good.
and so much more.
Dude, I'm be honest, all the drinks were good.
The
All the
drinks
drinks
were
were
Every drink
good.
was good.
The only drink I
every
didn't want to try was wine because
Yeah.
I feel like that wouldn't have been refreshing.
The only one I wanted to try and I didn't, especially because it was near the end of the day, was the sangria. Because I was like,
Yeah.
bro, I already can drink a sangria, but I get a tummy ache.
Yep.
And I was like, this is a recipe for a bad day.
Yep.
Like it's just, and then that's when it was the last drink I got. That's when I got the Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
Which is what Holly got. And it was just like, and you said it was more like, it was like a fruity sweet and not like a sugar sweet.
Yep.
Because that sangria would have like, ugh.
Some of the things that we got from this vegan curry.
You can read this whole list.
What?
This
Holy
is everything
shit.
we got. I reorganized the sheet.
Vegan curry with a boysenberry drizzle over steamed rice. Thai crunch peanut salad with boysenberry peanut dressing. Double stuffed baked potato with boysenberry barbecue pulled pork and jalapeno chips. That fucking ripped.
That one was good.
That was good.
That was maybe one of my favorite things. But paired with that, Hawaiian bread with boysenberry cream cheese garlic spread.
That one was
It was weird, but it wasn't
crazy.
bad.
Yeah.
No,
It was crazy.
it was just
crazy.
not what I expected.
It was
at all.
so savory.
It was you look at it and you go, what a sweet treat. And you
ready
eat
for a
it and
sweet
you
treat.
go, what the fuck is going on?
What?
It was like thick and like meaty. It was like
cream
yeah, it was
cheese
like
garlic
cream cheese meaty
with
so much
shredded-
garlic.
with shredded cheese on top.
It was very strange.
It was bizarre.
It was strange, but I'm glad we got it.
Yeah. That's the weird stuff we wanted.
Stuffed boysenberry pie cookie, boysenberry and chocolate chip loaf.
This was all the bakery shit.
Yeah, vegan. This is where we got tummy aches, and this was the third place we went. Vegan white chocolate and boysenberry tart, Belgian
that was
waffle
good too.
with
I like that.
Belgian waffle with boysenberry butter and boysenberry maple syrup.
That was terrible.
that one
That
sucked.
fucking sucked.
and
that
then,
one was
and
so
then
disappointing.
boysenberry tiramisu, boysenberry waffle. The Belgian waffle sucked shit,
Dude.
That thing sucked. It
Dude, it was
the-
a giant lump of boysenberry butter, which I thought was ice cream.
it-
I thought it was ice cream because you put fucking waffles on ice. You put ice cream on waffles,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a hot waffle ice cream. And I was like, man, ice cream's not melting.
Yeah.
And you guys are whacking at it, and I'm like, that's butter. It was just purple butter.
And
that was
it just
way too
would-
hard.
Would not.
Way too
would
hard.
Not spread.
And then the waffle under it was so fucking like
Crunchy.
crispy. Isn't the word? it was like stale.
It was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard, but not like hot.
No, it was.
It was like terrible. It was like a cracker.
Yeah.
Right? And so I had to like, I like broke a piece off and I was like rubbing it into the butter because you couldn't like, the butter was just like thick. And
Yeah, it
I'm
was
like
not
rubbing it
spreadable.
aggressively into the butter. And it's like, oh, this waffle sucks. And also like, oh, that's butter.
Yeah.
Like you got fooled a little bit by it being so purple.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not ice cream, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be sweet. I'm like, oh no, it's just
It's
butter.
just
It's
butter.
a
It's a lot
lump
of
of butter. And so if you take any more than you would butter, like regular butter, I would never put that
God.
much on.
No.
But I'm like, yeah, but it's like sweet
Yeah,
butter.
but yeah, I want to taste the boysenberry.
Oh my god! I was like, I made a face at one point. I was like, "Is this butter?" And that's when Nick now was like, oh, "I didn't get any. It's,
it's
fine.
okay, Nick.
It sucked.
You didn't miss
okay.
shit. Then we got the boysenberry honey garlic chicken wings and
Those
the
were pretty good.
Those were
boysenberry
good.
barbecue short rib lasagna.
That was not good.
No, that was also where Michael got the boysenberry lemonade whiskey.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
That was fucking good.
I'll say chicken
And-
wings, awesome.
Yeah.
I wish they were crispy.
Yes.
Even not being crispy though, fucking very good.
Yeah.
Good flavor.
Very good
Yeah.
taste.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eric spilled that drink all
Yeah,
over himself.
if
Dude,
you
he
want
went nuts.
to,
Suck
if you
it,
want to
suck
get
it,
a,
suck
you
it,
want to
suck
get a
it,
behind
suck it,
this,
suck
you want to get a behind the scenes look. We'll have a YouTube short out after this where me and Michael taste test the drink, sort of. Boysenberry infused beef chili over mac and cheese with chili cheese corn chips.
Sucked. That sucked.
That one was awful.
Bland with Wiener Schnitzel chili on top.
Dude, Wiener Schnitzel chili.
It was Wiener
And
Schnitzel
again,
chili.
literally
just
chili
mush.
cheese
That was what we
Fritos
used to call
sprinkled
mush,
on-
right?
yeah.
It was,
We were
yeah.
like, yo, it's
That was mush.
mush.
That
It's
was
like,
mush.
Yep.
it's like I said, if you make a box of macaroni and cheese,
Yes.
and it's like they boil the macaroni for 10 minutes, 8
Yep.
to 10 minutes. Don't cook it too long. They cooked it for 20.
Yes, it was.
It was like disintegrating.
What we called it,
mush.
it was like baby food.
It was baby food mush.
It was.
We've had 2 pasta dishes, and both were
the
ass
sauce.
mush.
That was the sauce on the chicken thighs. Was
yes,
baby
yep,
food.
Yep, dude. Oh,
I
that was
didn't,
fucking
I didn't
gross.
think of it in us
video,
recording
yeah.
it. It came to me later.
Yeah.
It was like cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
Like from the
consistency
can.
was like, it's so thick,
Yeah.
but there's like a grit to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why is there so much? And why is this pasta cooked so well? And also none of this cranberry sauce is on the pasta?
It's so
It was
confusing.
like a gallon right
Yeah.
on. And then if you scrape off the chicken thigh, it's just like a circle of like,
it's chicken patty.
dude,
a chicken
dude,
punk.
it was horrible. That was probably the worst thing there.
Yeah, that was awful.
That was definitely the worst one.
Elote with boysenberry butter, boysenberry mayo, and cotija cheese was so forgettable.
Yeah, that one was
Just a,
that
like,
was
we
an
all-
unfortunate like whatevs.
We all ate it and looked at a
I
horse.
was like,
we
I was
were
just like,
the horse was
it's
more
corn.
interesting.
Yeah.
I like corn.
yeah, that's all. It
That's
just
it.
it sucked. We looked at a goat and then we went, this sucks.
just like no flavor in any of the.
It also, for it being a like cob
Whole
of
corn
corn,
of-
Uh-huh.
was on like 150.
they put
Yes.
the toppings on
just
one.
not even an
yeah.
attempt to like
Uh,
do
Coat
more than
it.
that.
this
Yeah.
is why it was like cranberry sauce. Boysenberry marinara chicken parmesan thigh.
That's what it was. It was a
That was a
It was
marinara.
awful.
It was
It
not a
sucked
marinara.
The
ass.
chicken sucked, the
Yep.
sauce sucked, and the
It must
pasta
have
sucked.
sucked. It all sucked.
It was all
yeah.
mush.
Yeah.
Dude.
It
But-
wasn't just sucky. It was like the worst version. they
but-
could
Right,
be.
and Nick took a couple bites after we all proclaimed this. He dug in.
It was bad.
We know it was bad. You kept eating it.
He agrees with us.
But here's the thing, he's like, it is bad. One more.
Why'd I do that?
That's when Eric started getting mad at him.
It was right around here. Boysenberry barbecue beef tips over mashed potatoes garnished with green onions.
Okay, so that we got with the disgusting chicken slop.
Insane to get
The
those things
worst
together.
thing, maybe the best thing.
I think that thing was the best.
It was fucking good.
Yeah.
We were all howling over it.
Yeah, it was really good. We also got
the way like the meat was like tearing. And,
Oh my God.
it tasted so
It
good.
was just
I'm
great.
so glad too.
Potatoes
We
were a
all
great
ate the
compliment.
slop shit
Yeah.
first.
Yes.
We were like, oh no. And then I took a bite first. I was like, boys, there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
They just know how to do mashed potatoes really well. We
Not
also,
really baked potato.
no. If you want,
Yeah.
don't listen. Put all your mashed potatoes on top of your baked potato and just let it ride.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about cooking the baked potato underneath.
We also got the boysenberry hard iced tea, which is fantastic. The goat cheese, apricot, and boysenberry Thai chili jam crostini kit with grapes is the one that we were told to stay away from, and we did. Boysenberry barbecue all beef meatball hoagie with provolone cheese.
That was fucking
it
awesome.
was
This
so good.
It didn't look bad, but it
it
looked
looked
like
a little sad.
Just a little like
The provolone like slices of cheese were just like
and like I'll be honest, especially because of the cheese, I
Yep.
put a lot of this on the cheese. The cheese looked cold.
Yeah.
Right? Like not melted in any way.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, this whole thing must not be hot. Wrong.
Yep.
It was
Yeah.
warm. That was also one of the best things they had.
It was
I
really
would put that like
Top-
2
top
or like
3.
1A.
Yeah. No,
Well,
that was good.
I think the thing about it too is that we all had the right amount of that, because if I had a whole sandwich of it, I don't think I would have loved it the way that I love that one fucking
it was a
bite.
good ass bite.
It was a
That
great bite.
hoagie was like,
Yep.
fuck, dude.
And
that
then-
one probably, maybe even if I don't like that better than the beef tips, that one surprised me the most from
Yeah.
looking at it to eating it. It was like, holy shit. I thought
Yeah.
this would be like, eh.
Right, that
And
one
it was fucking
it looked like
good.
cafeteria sad food,
Yeah.
and then it was good.
It was very good. And then we rounded it out with the boysenberry sausage on a hoagie topped with boysenberry sauerkraut slaw, beef birria sliders with boysenberry consomme, and beef birria loaded fries with a boysenberry crema.
Now, those weren't the worst,
Right.
but it was probably the worst
Lineup?
set we ever got. We got all three.
It was
None of
just
them
like
all
good.
three were
It
kind of
was like, let's have
And
this.
that was the one where,
let's have this.
where Nick was going back for the fries and you were getting pissed off
Yeah.
at him.
Cheese was good.
I think the
Stop
sausage
saying that.
the
Stop
sausage
saying
the
it.
sausage was the best one out of the group.
Yeah.
But like this, what didn't do it for me was the sausage. Is like I'm not a huge coleslaw fan anyway, but it was so cold and it was just odd because that was the boysenberry.
Yeah.
It was like that was the coleslaw was like somehow
There was some like I
Boysenberry
got a
made?
big bite of it at first, and it
just the
so
sausage and the
weird.
mustard would have been okay. It was
Yeah.
also a little too yellowy. It didn't taste like yellow mustard, but it
Yeah.
looked like yellow mustard, and
Yeah.
it was so fucking much of it.
And then the drinks that we got, boysenberry cosmopolitan,
That was
the
good.
boysenberry lime
was all
Mexican
good.
lager,
That
and
was
the
good.
boysenberry jalapeno lime seltzer. What a great way to end
Yours was
the
very
whole thing. The
jalapeno-y.
jalapeno was boo.
It was right, yeah. Yep. Going in and going out.
But that's all the food that
Dude,
was there.
nobody like shit their pants. Nobody threw up.
No,
nobody died.
no.
We didn't
It was
have to
a-
drag Nick around.
It
or
was a
anything.
super fun day. And
Yeah,
then
it
on the
worked
way
out.
back to the hotel, me and Michael were talking about like plans for next year of like, here's what we want to do. I want to come back and here's what I want to do. But before we review the Boysenberry Festival altogether,
This is
we
an
need
extra
to
special long episode.
we
I'm
need
into
to
it.
hear about what you think in the
me-
segment we call You
Okay,
Review.
let me read the first one because I glanced at the first sentence about 10 minutes ago and I went, what the fuck?
Okay, cool.
Okay, you're gonna love this. All right, Boysenberry U review from Max T. This does not apply for the park, but the Panda Express inside of it.
Hey, we saw that.
That restaurant sucked. First of all, our server Jason was being rude and charged my friend for 2 entrees and a side when he only got 1 entree and a
Dude,
side.
why would you do that to
Crazy.
Jason?
Second of all, the teriyaki chicken tasted like it was dragged through a pepper grinder and then let to ferment with some blue cheese. Nasty. Finally, I got a fortune cookie and I opened it to see that there was no fortune inside. It's like it was saying that I don't have a future. Overall horrible experience. The orange chicken was good though.
Classic. Okay, classic. Universal.
You're reviewing the Panda Express in the park. You have the whole theme park. Anything to write about, you do the Panda Express. Even ignoring anything up to that point. You're complaining that there's no fortune in the fortune cookie and then further elaborate on it. It's like saying I have no future. What?
We got fortune.
Orange chicken was good though.
We got fortunes about a cat or whatever.
we got fortunes on the Michael Jordan podcast.
Oh my God!
I think
you have to
I think
see
they were
that.
fortunes.
Mine's right here.
Yeah, don't read it
I'm not
because I
gonna
want it
read
to
it.
be a
I'm
surprise.
not gonna
But
read it. I'm gonna show it.
But it was these things are.
It came out of a
amazing.
25-cent vending machine.
Yep, and
also
we might
and
have
also
overpaid.
as we opened them, at some point, we're doing things. You know, when Nick was carrying many things and handing them to Holly, and then putting his drink on the ground and shoving me.
There you go.
At one point, he handed me one. He's like, "Hey, hold on to this for me," and handed me his little tube. Right, but you could have just thrown it away.
Yeah,
I thought it was comical.
I couldn't move.
The first opportunity, I threw it away.
But he also didn't say, like, throw it. Just the fact that he went, "Can you hold this for me?" Like don't get rid of it.
Brother, I got it. I
And
got
I
to take
went,
that one.
and I
home for
went,
me.
got it. And put it on. Didn't bring it until we got back to the room. Eric and I were getting here, and I went, "Hey, Nick asked me to hold on to this." I still got it.
Crazy, fucking crazy. Oh my God! All right,
Orange
Jordan.
chicken was good, though.
Orange
Right,
chicken
Jordan.
was good though.
Hit me
You know,
with
it
it.
usually is.
Arlene C says, we got our season passes, and yesterday, our second visit, ... First of all, why are the rides always at least one or two not working? Next, bathrooms, filthy, filthy, filthy. Then why are all the restaurants and stores, concession stands closed early? Especially where we got our season cup refills all closed.
They're loving exclamations and question marks, dude.
I got the seasonal refillable cup for a reason. And I can't refill after a certain time. Question marks? Come on. Space, comma, knots. Space, comma. You can fix these issues. If not, I will not be thinking of our passes no more. And I am not the only one. Lots of guests I talked to were very upset about the same issues as I. Space, period, space, comma, end of review.
Dude, you're putting space, comma, space, the word, and they ended it with space, period, space, comma.
They're on a phone. They're doing like the double
Dude.
spaces and it's making periods.
They
and
are
it's hitting commas.
slamming six question marks every time. Every time they say something that's not a question.
Can't refill after a certain time?
You guys are
All
being,
restaurants and stores and concession stands closed early?
I think you guys are being pretty hard on this because lots of guests I talked to were
Lots of-
upset.
Lots of.
LOTSA.
Oh my God, that was crazy, dude.
I love one that has a semblance of punctuation.
It's great.
And
Also,
like 4 sentences all together.
now, Knott's isn't a particularly like huge theme park, right? If you can, it's bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you compare it to like, you know, Disneyland or like a Six Flags maybe, but even still, like there's a good number of like attractions. Why is 1 or 2 rides always not working? That's usually how a park works.
Yeah.
Mostly how it goes.
I went to Disneyland.
1 or 2 rides?
1 or 2 rides weren't
Yeah,
working.
That's not bad at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's the way it
pretty
goes.
good.
There's a lot of rides.
Yep. One more review.
One more review. All right, let's see.
You want to do it?
Craig G says, bad place to visit, employees rude, dirty restrooms, expensive parking, which, like on a broom, not enough, comma, food overpriced, restaurants got dirty, dusty ceilings, not enough entertainment, not enough rides, too crowded.
Too crowded. Dude, I think the witch is its own thought here. So it's employees rude, dirty restrooms, expensive parking, witch, not
Okay.
enough food, overpriced
Wait,
restaurants.
what is which part of? You're right.
The witch.
I think
He's just letting
expensive.
you-
I think
Yeah.
expensive parking, which not enough. It's expensive and there's not enough
Oh,
parking.
I thought
think.
it.
I interpret
mean,
it
it's
as
funny.
like also the witch.
I thought
Yeah.
it was employees rude, comma, dirty restrooms, comma, expensive parking, comma,
The witch, comma.
the witch.
I think it's. I think it's expensive parking,
like,
comma.
This fucking witch.
Why is this witch
This
following
witch
me?
fucking sucks. Everyone else is good. This witch fucking sucks ass.
The funny, I could never in a million years, if you put a gun to my head, I'd never be able to spell the word restaurant.
Yeah.
I know it ain't that.
you know this is wrong.
I glanced at restaurants.
It's where your aunt's
Put him in
go
the restaurants.
It's where your aunt's
Put him in the restaurants and send him to the witch.
It's where your aunt's go to rest.
No, the witch.
Dude, I love this. No
witch got my
punctuation.
restaurant.
Food overpriced, restaurants got dirty, dusty ceilings, not enough entertainment, not enough rides, too crowded.
Too crowded.
Oh my
Damn,
God.
Craig G does not like it.
Dang.
didn't really. You know what? I have to say, I don't really agree with that experience.
No.
Yeah, no. I thought
You know,
Knott's Berry Farm
and
was very
sometimes,
pleasant
and
today.
so, especially being a theme park, usually we do a restaurant where it's like, this is my service or this is my order, and that's kind of a unique experience. You can overall judge like the restaurant seemed to be operating when I was there. This is like the entire theme park. None of this was true for us.
I didn't think
everything
any-
was great. It was very clean.
We didn't even go on a lot of the rides that we had.
No.
A great time.
Right. The one ride we went on was
of the
awesome.
ceilings. None of the ceilings were dusty.
No dirty
I wasn't
dusty.
looking up the
No
ceiling.
dirty dusty.
Check the
I
ceiling.
thought there was a good amount of entertainment. It certainly was. Too crowded is just you're an idiot. That's anything anywhere. When did you go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was empty as shit because we went on a
On
Monday.
a Monday and it
We
rocked.
went on a Monday in April.
This was so much fun and a thing that we've
It
been
was
looking
so much
forward
fun
to for
and
such
so
a long
little
time.
effort.
Yeah.
Like just like
This
for
is
the
how
day,
easy it was.
like
Yeah.
the exhaustion.
Yeah.
You
And
know, a lot
also,
of
this is
fun
what we
stuff
would have
that's-
done if we came last year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is
It's all, it's like
Even
the
that
content we would have
said-
turned out.
Yep.
Content, yes. You know there would have been some more level of work though.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, can you get this while you're there? Oh, we need to film this thing.
Can you take a picture of the,
Can you get,
while you're there,
can you get the
shoot
permit
promo?
signed?
Yeah.
So-and-so says this is funny. You should go check it out.
But this is the first time we're here at the Boysenberry Festival, so that's what we're going to be reviewing. The Boysenberry Festival.
We're reviewing the
on
whole
Yeah,
festival?
I
Why
think
are
we got to
the
give. We have
festival,
to.
the
we gotta
concept
give,
of the festival
No,
as a
no, the-
whole, or like the food?
I think the food. I think it's the food of the festival.
Because I want to give the festival a 100%.
I had a blast. But we have to review the food and like what we ate, what we had, and everything, and we have to let the people know.
I think there were more hits than misses.
There were.
There were.
And there was still a good amount of food we didn't get.
I
But
think
we did. I feel like we got almost everything we were eyeing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe there's some sort of like sleeper food that was like amazing that we
If
didn't
you
get
were
to
to
try.
average out and like scatter plot it, I think you would have a couple like big hits. You would have a lot in the middle of
There's
like
a lot in the
this is
middle, and
pretty
that's
good.
fine.
Yeah,
right. That's
And
that's pretty
and
good
like,
for this show.
A couple,
being in the
a
middle.
couple stinkers.
It's pretty
Yeah.
good for a theme park.
yeah,
Right.
Theme park
Yeah.
food, that was great. And expense wise, $55
Yeah.
per thing. We used all of the stuff or whatever. We were talking to a guy who stopped us and he was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
hey, is this worth it
And we
to
were like,
get? And we
"Absolutely."
just went, Michael laid it out and he's like,
And I laid it out, and then he completely misunderstood it,
Yeah.
and I had to repeat myself.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, it's not worth it." I'm like, "No."
no, if you were to buy these items, you'd probably spend around $80 or $90.
It's
And you're
expensive.
getting it for
period,
55.
Right? I'm not gonna go $55
Yeah.
for 6 things. That's cheap. That's not cheap. But it's a theme park. Bro.
Yeah.
It's shit's expensive as fuck. And you get a voucher or anything. Right?
Yeah.
So you could be like, well, this drink's 18 and that drink's 13. Yeah, you'll make more bang for your buck, monkey money.
Yeah.
If you get the $18 one, obviously we weren't doing that. We just
Yeah.
wanted to try what we wanted to try. But it's all close enough priced where even if you just said, I don't fucking care, I'm not gonna crunch the numbers
Yeah.
Yeah.
and pinch my pennies. I'm just gonna get whatever.
It would
No
probably
matter
average
what
out.
you got, you're saving money.
Yeah.
So because it's $55 for 6 things, but a bunch of these things are like $15, $18.
Yep.
And it's like you're easily
You're gonna go over
spending
that.
$70,
And-
$80 worth of food on 6 items. if not
Exactly.
more.
And we had all of our food all together and we like nibbled and nibbled and nibbled all day.
And we were totally,
So many of those items were meal-sized items.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
if
go
we,
like,
if
yeah.
we had eaten like if one of us had eaten just like that hoagie, that meatball
Yeah.
hoagie, for example,
You
like
kidding me?
you'd be
Yeah,
done.
if you're going by yourself, 6 is more. You can get
Dude.
4 things and 2 drinks. You'll be fucking.
you can
full.
eat all day.
The curry,
It's a lot.
The
It's a
first
lot.
thing we got, that
That thing
curry
was- yeah.
fucking
I
big.
really
Yeah.
thought it would be smaller, like little bites. we'd have to
No,
It
share.
was
all,
like
of,
a deep
all of the
cauldron.
food is like a pretty heavy amount that they serve you. So it's something to consider. What do you think, Jordan?
Again, if you were to like average it all out, I'm gonna weigh the good stuff
Yeah.
more because one, it's surprising that a theme park could produce something as good as some of like the best foods we
The
had.
best stuff we had was actually genuinely really good food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I think I'm gonna weigh it towards that. So I'm gonna go 89%.
Nice.
Whoa.
89.
A little
Very
room
good.
for improvement when we come
More
back
room
next
for
year.
I definitely agree with that.
It was good. It was good. I think I'm gonna do. I feel like Jordan's extra, and I'm not I'm not holding this against him, but I feel like he's extra just like excited about it.
The fuck are you
because
talking about?
He's got Snoops and he's back in California.
He's back, baby.
I don't have like that internal allegiance or joy.
Right.
But I'm gonna give it a solid, keep it up there. But I'm gonna let him have the higher score here. I'm gonna do 87%.
87. Okay. Well, it's an average score of 88.
Second we got it, he's like, I love the weather.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
yeah.
been in a good mood. He's been here already.
Hold on.
Okay.
They say that's a good score.
Okay, cool.
It was good.
The Snoopies have convened.
88 is a great score, and I think this is worth it to come to if you're
Bro, if
in
you
the
came
area.
with 2 people and
Yep.
got 2 of these passes,
Yep.
and you guys
Oh,
get like
yeah.
12 things.
You have a great
Like
time.
again, if you're willing to spend that money up front,
Yep.
it's a lot of
We-
money. But if
we
you want to
didn't
do that, but we
didn't spend
spent
money-
nothing else
Nothing the
until,
rest of the day.
until we bought shit
Until
at
we
the
bought
gift store,
Snoopies and shit. And
which is
that was it.
crazy.
Yeah.
I won this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Watch the Michael Jordan podcast. We didn't spend any money on food after
And
that.
not
Yeah.
one. Now, granted, he did make the plan of attack, which I'm sure that helped us. Not
Yes.
one single time did we go up to somewhere,
Uh-huh.
try to get something, and they go, "Oh, you can't use that here."
Nuh-uh. No,
Like
everything was
everything
like
just went boop.
laid out, easy, super
We
simple.
knew where everything
And it's
was.
great too because they're so big too.
We did have
the
to
map.
reference this map a lot, and it was great.
They're so big too though, but like you'd be ordering something
Yep.
and you'd wear this like a fool. I'd put it in my pocket. But you'd be ordering something and they knew already. It wasn't like, oh, do you have a thing?
Yep.
They'd be like, let me get your thing.
Yeah.
They're like waiting to go, boop,
Yeah, and I was
scan
like,
it.
oh yeah, you need that. Funny story about that. Holly, my wife, came along with us, and she turned out like she was really helpful.
MVP.
Like originally, I was like, you don't want to hang out with us. Like,
Yeah, no shit. I would've told her the same
no, and
thing.
she didn't.
Yeah,
so that's why like she would be helpful, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, she's over there.
Yeah, she's doing her. But she didn't stray too far. I was telling her, I was like, you like rides? This is a ride.
Yeah,
park.
go on rides.
ride
It's
some rides.
fine.
But she was like, she was around with us a lot, and she had fun. And I forgot what my point was. Oh, she was getting on like digging on Eric and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
And then
was good.
we were walking.
Fucked up.
We were walking, and her pass was like hitting me in the leg or something, and she had it like tied around her wrist. And I was like, "Oh, you're not wearing your thing." And she was, "Well, I don't want to be like Eric." And I
We
was
got
like,
this
Holly,
huge thing,
Holly,
and he immediately like put it on. I was like, I'm not doing that.
I was like, Holly, we wouldn't make fun of you if you did that. In fact, it would go the opposite. We would be like, "Whoa, that's so smart. Look at you go."
Some bullshit. Some bullshit. It was great. I loved being able to do this with you guys this year. This was super fun. I feel
Glad
like
it finally
Lay it
happened.
on.
right.
little thing.
I feel like
6 years doing the show.
I feel like us having the plan of attack totally changed the way
Like,
that we
just
like
keep
did this.
calling it the plan.
I love it. It was
Attack.
great.
Cement
It was
is.
great. It was awesome.
those Houthi rebels didn't stay.
It was super fun, and I loved it. I can't wait. I hope we can do it
Pow.
again next year. And
Fist emoji.
yeah, hell yeah. I hope we can do it again next year. It was great.
I hope that piano guy is back next year.
God damn it, I don't. Well, you can go to 100%eat.store for
tired.
merch. Hey, we did the Michael Jordan podcast. It's extra long this week, and you get it at Patreon.
So
just
is
the
this
same.
podcast.
Patreon.com.
That's why it was worth it though. This
/
fucking
100%
years.
eat.
Exactly.
Gift your friend a sub in the spirit of Boysenberry.
Yeah.
Gift your friend a sub. Michael bought some Boysenberry syrups and jams that Nick is going to put into his case.
And hopefully, yeah.
Jordan wasn't allowed to do that. Jordan bought his own tea and got to figure out his own bullshit. But don't worry, he helped Michael.
Wasn't allowed, and Nick very generously helped. If you wanted to buy some, I wanted to buy some boysenberry syrup and some jam.
I was thinking about.
But we started
some
looking
jam
at
or
like how much you
something.
can travel with, and you don't want to check back. I have a backpack. I'm not
Yeah.
checking a backpack, and it's
Right.
like, oh, it's not worth it. We have this whole conversation.
I go and buy. I bought like loose leaf tea.
You're doing that. I'm about to leave. Like we're getting ready to leave, and I'm just like, if I had a check bag, I'd get it though. We're there 5-10 minutes, and Nick goes, I have a check bag. You put it in my bag.
And I walk up
And
with my bag.
Yeah,
and you're
and
like, all right,
I'm like,
I'm
where were you
done.
10 minutes ago? And he's like, well, you know, you did. Like I don't.
He went, I'm helping.
Which he did help, and then I was like,
he helped
okay, now I guess
Michael.
I appreciate it, but I'm just like, now I'm like, fuck, everyone's waiting for me, and Jordan's walking out with his tea, and I'm
Yep.
like running looking for the boysenberry.
But
But I got it. Thank you, Nick. I also bought an egg,
Yeah, egg. Red egg.
red egg,
Red egg.
red egg.
Red egg.
You can see it in the Michael Jordan podcast.
Pretty good. Go to patreon.com/100%eat to support us. Watch the Michael
please.
Jordan podcast. Check it out every Friday. Follow us at 100%eat, Twitter and Instagram and Blue Sky. And if you want to send anything to 100% Treat or the P.O. Box in general, P.O. Box 143241, Austin, Texas 78714. That's P.O. Box 143241, Austin, Texas 78714.
We should bring this shirt back.
Send Eric your
Well,
guac
I say
knots.
back because like these shirts never came out.
Send Eric your guac knots.
Only if you have Sneasler do I want him.
Sneasel's a real one.
Oh,
Don't fart on the plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
easy as that.
Keep it under wraps this time.
What the?
Dude, it was stinky butt.
Was
It was
not me.
It was, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Can't know for
It's like
sure.
you get a whiff of something, like, ugh. And then like it lingers and lingers, and I'm like, all right.
crazy.
But then it gets worse.
The
a 3-hour flight.
The idea that you looked at me, thought it was me, and not the guy next to me.
Here's the thing. The idea that I'm just like, man, this is crazy. I sent you poop emoji, and there was no Eric. There was no like this guy. I was waiting. I gave him the out. I'm like, wait,
Either him
this
or the
guy
baby.
next to you, and Eric's like, I don't know who it is. And I'm like, I
could
think I
be
know. I
anybody.
think I
It's
know
either
who it is
him-
now.
He kept saying there could be a dog on the plane. I can't tell. I,
can't
don't
tell.
have my
I don't have
Saying
glasses
dog.
on. There could have been a dog.
his
You
dog
were
seeing
wearing your
glasses.
glasses. You were wearing your glasses.
Right, but they weren't on.
They weren't the dog seeing glasses.
Oh.
I couldn't see him.
Kind of makes them
It's the
invisible.
glasses that make all the dogs look like Snoopy.
I thought they were his hog punching
Oh,
glasses.
no.
'Cause he wore them
No.
at the airport.
That-
Like,
that was the-
Sir, I'm gonna have to beat you down.
I got this. The TSA guy was wearing his hog punching glasses.
Thank you very much.
Pow.
Thank you for
All right,
keeping it
Nick's
safe.
been waiting long enough.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
time for him to get satisfied.
All right, rate, subscribe, tell a friend about this show where we go to Boysenberry Fest.
got a warm spot on the
and
bed.
rate the Boysenberry
no.
Fest. Thank you so much.
All right, let's
for
kick
making
this
this
thing
happen.
off.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Let's kick this thing off. Who's going first?
Go Snoopy.
No. No. Oh no. No.